Hello, this is Christelle Martinette, and thank you for joining me. This week's reading has an underlying theme of dreams, but also nostalgia, as if we were on the verge of adulthood, looking back at our childhood days, but still taking responsibility for our future. But yes, dreaming. I do hope you enjoy this week's reading, and until we see each other again, bye-bye. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Christelle Martinette with another weekly reading starting the 4th of May. Thank you for your likes, your shares and your subscriptions. I do appreciate it. And let me start right out with this spread. Very interesting cards here. This week I'm using the Alice Tarot that was designed from the Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass stories. It was designed by Karen Mahoney and illustrated by Alex Yukolov, and you'll see those. Let me start right away. This is a diamond spread. The first card out was a Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords here is represents a coming of age initiation. Okay, that this is a coming of age where you are asked to face your fears. And this is the underlying, in many of the cards it comes out where the card suggests that we're on the verge of looking back but going forward. This particular sword is quite different. He stands apart from the crowd. He's a guardian, he's loyal. He's almost a fanatical defender of those that he admires. He tends to be reactive and he tends to act alone rather than being a team player. And the beast here is the Jabberwock in Alice in Wonderland story that is in here in representation of our fears. And I think the page here is inviting us to face them, to face these fears. Now, interestingly enough, on either side we have on the left we have the Death card, and on the right the Knight of Coins. I'll show you those. Now the Death card here is typically in tarot decks. It does talk about endings and new beginnings, but it's as if it were a threat. Okay, she's threatening them. It's a threat of something breaking down or closing down, something very important. Again, it is sort of nightmarish fears. It's a fear of a threat. And death here means in terms of something that could be potentially important to our identity. So what I'm getting from these cards here is that they're to be viewed as if in a dream. And now when I'm talking about dreams, when we dream of things and people, specific objects and people, I'm subscribing to Carl Jung's interpretation of dreams, where things that appear in dreams and people that appear in dreams are really just one side of ourselves that is revealed to us during the dreams. And it reminds me of one of my subscribers who said to me, can this be applied to those of us who are single? And this is indeed along those terms. Well, we are all single, let's say, even those of us who walk side by side with others for a brief period. So it's an invitation to see yourself through these characters, see parts of yourself through these characters. Let me go on and show you the Knight of Coins. Now, this knight, he's very gentle, humane, reliable, practical, but he's weighed down both by his armor and his responsibilities. Nonetheless, he's there when you need him. He's there when you need them. And he starts the right side of the spread that seems to be talking about responsibilities and wanting to shed them. Another thing about the Knight of Coins, he represents the white knight, and the term white knight is equal to what we've always talked of and thought of as the knight in shining armor, the man who comes to rescue the woman. But white knight also means, has a meaning in stock markets, meaning a company that rescues another company that is in danger of being taken over. So it does talk about our responsibilities and our work life, our activity. On the right side of the spread is more in terms of our activity. Now, across the middle of this spread are 3 dynamite cards, 3 jam-packed cards, really strong cards. One is the star, the emperor in the middle, and the hermit to the right. I'll take them one at a time. This is the star card, and it means happy, daydreams, bordering on sleeping, but daydreams, longing also, longing for something that's more magical and mystical, something higher than our menial labor and daily tasks. It also talks about looking back to childhood and at the same time looking forward to our adulthood, as if there were something very, very special, and there is a very special beauty about a person who is ready to accept their responsibilities that come with adulthood, but who still allow themselves to take joy in the hopes and dreams of their childhood. Okay, and this is on the left side of the spread, which talks more about the dreams and less about our real, in inverted commas, world. Now, in the middle of the spread, a very interesting emperor card. The emperor card in this deck was represented by the griffin, the animal. It's a creature that combines the eagle and the lion, the attributes both of the eagle and the lion, and they're both noble animals. So it typically does take on the meaning of the emperor, a worldly person that wields power. But there's also a slightly other meaning here. Especially this griffin, makes me think of the griffin. There is the Greek spirit of divine retribution. It's called Nemesis, and Nemesis was always depicted driving a chariot drawn by griffins. Also, in literature, Dante, and we're in Italy, I'm still in Rome here, Dante described the griffin as a mystic shape that had 2 different natures. But they were both intertwined in one form. He saw the lion and the eagle as mirror images of each other. And this is right in the middle of our spread. And it talks very, very loud about duality, about important attributes, nobility, having higher values than what we do day in and day out. Let me go down then to the hermit. The hermit in this card, very, very cute, is a spiritual poser, sitting there. Spirituality based on nostalgia, though, here. Challenging. It's a very challenging situation that provokes questioning and provokes reflection. So it's right under the challenges, it's right under the knight with the heavy armor, and sandwiched between the knight of coins and the 10 of wands. And it's inviting us to yes, think and reflect. But does it mean loneliness and isolation? It does, but with a pensive side, as if where the card is inviting and suggestion that we meditate on our chosen paths. Perhaps they are too burdensome. Perhaps there's something different that we can do. Now the last 3 cards are across. Right under the death card is the Ace of Wands, and right under the Knight of Coins is the Ten of Wands. And in line with the Page of Swords and the Emperor is the last card, the Fool. Extremely interesting. The Ace of Wands, let me show you that. The Ace of Wands here is, it came out last week, it was a phallic symbol, but it's here more beginning of new projects, energy, fired up enthusiasm, excitement, kick-starting projects, something new. We're on the verge of creating something new, probably after our meditation and reflection, but this is something that will be coming out as totally new, and it is between the Star and the Fool. Underneath the Knight of Coins, there's the Ten of Wands, and this is the burden. Okay, now this is the difficult task. This is very rarely a positive card. It talks of onus and responsibilities, and there are just too many. There is yearning to long, and you're longing for those carefree days, ready to shake off of those responsibilities. Far too many. And the last card is the Fool, and the Fool here is depicted by Alice with the rabbit and following someone into the unknown. Okay, before they're going into the rabbit hole. It means a moment of fear, but entering bravely into another world, beginning an adventure. Alice follows the rabbit into Wonderland. It's taking a risk, it's transformational, and that stands in line with the Death card. I've taken, however, some Sibilla cards, and first of all, on the Page of Swords at the top and the Knight of Coins together. And I've come up with the Gran Signore, followed by the Merchant and the Fortune card. This definitely does confirm the fact that it's a person who is meditating, who is in their workplace and the burdens that they're feeling, a very, very positive position, a very highly qualified position, an extremely important position. No matter what the position is, it is extremely important in this moment of your life because it means so much to you. Then I went down to this Ten of Wands, and to see what the burden was, and what I'm coming up with here is sickness, lover, and the trip, as if there is nostalgia for a past love and the idea of going back to that person. Then I went to the Emperor to see what exactly the Emperor is trying to tell us, this griffin. And I have this consolation prize, this consolation, the beginning, this child. And this is a consolation, a surprise, this child, and alegria, happiness. Now, the griffin is telling us, this noble animal, that to take that new beginning, take that chance, you'll never regret it. And even just thinking about it in your dreams is helpful to you, and you know that. Now, also, I took a look at the Star and the Ace of Wands together with the Sibilla, and I have here nostalgia, malinconia, nostalgia, a meeting, very important meeting, and thought. This is in line with the Star's dreamlike character and daydream-like nature, that the daydreams, just like this nostalgia card, is the daydreams of those past times, and thinking out loud actually, those past times when there was a togetherness. And then I have the last card, the Fool that I illuminated with these 3 cards. This is the old lady, she speaks of change. This is the Prisoner, and this is a lover. Now, together these signify that and suggest, with the adventure of going down the rabbit hole, is to take a needed change that will liberate you and put you in the position of loving again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with that lovely message, and I do hope you enjoyed the reading. Do visit my website, ChristelleMartinette.com. It was a pleasure reading for you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.